After the run, I really just carry how the session went, whether I hit the splits or not. I think about the prep leading up to the run. I think about the choices I made during the run, when I pushed, when I backed off. I view all of these sessions from a lens of pretty much intent over outcome.
In my brain, before, during, and after workouts, I'm constantly daydreaming and visualizing race day. Sometimes to the point where I get chills on a 90-degree day, all knowing that workout I just did will get me to race day.
I carry a sense of calm. Running gives my thoughts space to just be for a little bit, especially when life can get so busy, especially in New York City. Like, I carry this sense of like happiness because I can do it with people that I love and love the sport too. So yeah, I feel like I carry a sense of calm when I do a hard workout, and then just like happiness when I do it with people I love.
Will I ever be satisfied? Because as someone who is so competitive, every time I reach a goal, like I set the next one, and will I ever feel like it's enough?
When I'm in the run, there are points where I really love it and really hate it, especially the shorter distances. So I'm really happy and proud of myself when I'm done, especially when I hit my times. But my body really hurts all the time. And so I'll carry that pain from like the moment I wake up until I go to bed.
I've been running quite seriously for the past almost 10 years, and I have 35,000 miles on my legs. And I realize I'm no spring chicken. And while I'm not old by any stretch, I'm just really aware of that. So a lot of times it does stay physically on me longer than I'm used to. And we just manage.
The mental. Sometimes when I do these workouts or I do these early morning runs, the mind sometimes just starts to feel a little bit more defeated than the usual, just because I don't get the best sleep, or I felt like I didn't feel correctly, or I could have put a little bit more effort towards that workout, whether it been a hill repetition, or a speed work, or a tempo, or even a long run. Sometimes the mental plays games with me. So sometimes that's what kind of hurts in silence, the mental for me.
Most superficially, I carry a lot of joy and gratitude for what I have been able to do with my body. But more deeply, I carry a new part of myself. I think with each run, I envision my body both being stripped down a layer and then also rebuilding a layer through the experiences on that run and the thoughts on that run and the new parts of my body that I feel on that run. And that awareness allows me to kind of regenerate this new layer of myself that's tiny compared to my whole being, but it's something that I feel like I carry with me after each run. So I'm almost a new person, but in a tiny, tiny way. And that's cool.
I have to say my own personal narrative. I think something that I've struggled with, especially recently, is like if I accomplish something really big, or what I kind of perceive to be really big, I'm kind of like, oh, well, it must not be that hard because I did it. And I'm working hard to switch that narrative to be like, it's hard and I did it. So just like my own inner battle.
Stays in my chest, in the pounding stress that rises mid-workout that turns into panic. I like to reframe it as maybe that's what courage feels like.
When I race, I always have different goals, and I probably race a little conservative because even though like a lot of people say, okay, I run really fast, I'm a high performer athlete, and to be honest, I hated running when I grew up. I started running after I moved to New York, and I realized actually I can run long distance, which is great. And I mentioned I ran like I broke 3 in 22. Even at the time, it took me longer than other people because I ran like 3:06 in 2019, and pandemic hit. I just stopped training, and I ran 3:00:00 in Boston in 2022, which was a little upset. And I was happy. I was like, at least I PR'd, right? Then I broke 3 in Chicago, and every year I just progress by another like 2 to 3 minutes, which probably I guess it's a little slow compared to other like high performer athletes, I guess. But I think that's also like, even though I feel proud of myself, I rarely get injured. I keep pushing, but I knew I could have done better.
I carry pain sometimes, and also joy, like a quiet contentment that I'm working hard and I'm doing what I can, and even if it feels small, it's progress at the end of the day, and I'm stronger than when I started. And overall, I'm a stronger me.
I don't know if all endurance athletes do this, but running is a way I process my emotions. It's been the way that I've celebrated or processed grief or heartbreak or love, or I don't know. And so whatever I'm kind of going through at that moment emotionally is what I kind of process. So after today, like, I don't know, today I feel really grateful. And when I finished my run, I really wasn't thinking about anything, but now, I don't know, I feel really like happy and warm and positive.
I really do think of myself as kind of, the workout is a wave, and I'm the beach, and the wave kind of crashes onto the beach, and it's hard in the moment, and then I just let it drift back out to sea. I don't try and carry it with me because there's too many workouts. There's too many hard moments for me to dwell.
So I usually feel the effort in my legs. It's like that lingering ache that makes me want to just stay still for a bit. But I enjoy that feeling. It kind of proves that the effort was worth it. It shows that I like put in the hard work. With that, it's like when you sit down on a chair and you know like it's gonna be hard just to get back up. Like that's the feeling that you're trying to go for.
What hurts when it's quiet is being aware of my privilege and not knowing how to think about it. And that's something that I like keep coming back to as I run through neighborhoods with people that are struggling, and am clearly exercising like the utmost privilege of chasing something that's difficult just out of like pure joy of doing it and no other reason besides like my own will to do it. And yeah, both like using the physical spaces of people who are like living on the streets and just running by that is a huge privilege that I don't know how to like come to terms with. And then also like the physical privilege of running 20 miles and going about my day like normal, whereas other people could never physically do that because of like physical limitations or illnesses. So that's something that I am both grateful for, but also would like to understand better and kind of remediate in some way.
I'll think about the workout later, whether I held on, where I slipped, where I can do better next time. Each run teaches me a little something, whether that's how to stay patient, how to fight through points of discomfort, or where I still have work to do. I always leave wanting a little more.
I think after the run, especially if it's a good workout, I celebrate and I'm like, I made it through today, but always like worry about tomorrow. And I know like a good workout tomorrow or a good day tomorrow is never guaranteed.
In that sort of silence between workouts or between races or after races. I'm always wondering, there's this tension of I have these very ambitious goals of what I can get out of my body, and then also appreciating the joy of just being healthy enough to run. And I've experienced both of those in those moments, but the tension is there of, are you doing enough to accomplish what you want to accomplish, to feel that goal-oriented satisfaction? And are you losing in the process the kind of more pure joy of being able to move your body through space?
So uncertainty. Will it be enough? Was it too much? Will this be the fastest workout I've ever run? Race day isn't the answer. You can do everything right and still fall apart, or have the best day of your life and still wonder, what if I could have gone faster?
The early miles that no one clapped for. The hunger. My doubt whispering to me at mile 18 of a long run workout, or my doubt during the second to last rep of a track workout.
The tightness in my hamstring. It's very, very tight. I can feel that. I guess besides that, and also the short embrace breath, you saw that during my round, especially closer to the last few reps. Slower recovery during the rounds. But the most important thing, I think, is just like the strength I could find in my next round, I think.
My goals, my shoes, and the future.
In the heart, I keep that Mamba mentality. Kobe's my inspiration, and I always think of him when it comes to the amount of hard work and the effort, the way I wake up in the morning, the way I want it more than anybody else. So it's that Mamba heart, that Mamba mentality.
I think I just love the sport, and I love pushing myself, and I think I'm just trying to prove to myself that I can do anything. For a really long time. I wouldn't say for a long time, but there was a time when I didn't think I could do a lot alone. And then one day I did. And I think I every day just owe it to myself to prove to me that I can keep doing things independently and push myself to greater heights. And there's so much doubt all the time. Like all of the time. I've had bad races, I've had great races. And so that's what happens at night. It's like, here, what if I say something or have a goal that I don't hit, But then I look back and I think I've hit every single goal I've ever put forward. And I'm not doing it for anybody. And it's the first time in my life that I've ever done anything for myself. And so that's what I think about. And I don't want to let myself down. And so I don't.
After a tough track workout, I definitely still feel the effort in my body. I would say especially my legs. They're shaky. It's like a shock to the system.
Probably knowing I'm not the most naturally talented. I'm not the fastest in the room, but I'm constantly reminding myself to stay hungry, stay humble, and work harder than the next guy. Chasing 230 means kind of living in a space that I spend a lot of time in, and not having reached it stings a little. That never goes away. That's that constant chase, wanting to earn it, even when no one's watching.
The proof that I showed up for myself, and the proof that I try to keep consistent, because that will make me feel closer to what I want to achieve. No matter it's like a good round, bad round, I showed up, I keep building. I know like one day I'll just get closer,
I've been struggling with some plantar fasciitis this season, so I'd say like especially once I get over 70 miles a week, like I hear it barking at me. So like some sharp pain in my heels after the run.
My ego. My workouts will never be enough by my own standards, and that ache is sharper than any soreness. I see friends do the same workout, stronger, faster, cleaner. Comparison steals the joy before it can even settle in.
I feel it most after a run where there was a challenging part that I overcame and kind of saw the brink of giving up, felt a new type of pain, and overcame that moment. That was like the most effortful thing that I usually do on my runs. That is much more of a mental game than a physical game. And coming to terms with how I faced that obstacle and like the dark thoughts that I may have had in that time, or the self-doubt that I may have had in that time, and overcame, hopefully, or sometimes not overcame, is where I would say the deepest effort goes into, and understanding how I can learn from that barrier that I faced.
In those moments of silence, I'm usually wondering, have I done enough? And how much time do I have in my late 30s to get the most out of myself?
I guess mentally, it's like those inner thoughts when I tell myself that I can't hit a pace when I've been capable of doing it like all along, or when I had prior, like the week prior. It's that doubt that you have within. So that hurts because I feel like sometimes we can be so negative to ourselves. And then I guess like what really hurts is knowing there's never enough time to give it your all at work, to give it your all with training, and then to fully show up for like the people that you love, whether that's like friendships or with your partner. I feel like it's trying to find a balance of going for your goal and then still trying to be fully present. And that, I feel like that really hurts the most when it's quiet.